Greetings, God of Gold, back again with a quick little update video. Now, of course, don't mind, the other stuff in the background. I have this in a smaller window. I check the errors so often, just to make sure that, nothing gets too bad. In Hoi 4's mod, the mod I'm working on for Hoi 4, called A Cold Steel World, has just received more updates, and I am proud to, tease a little bit of what I've been working on. Now, for those of you who came from the server, have subscribed to the channel, or just found my channel in general, sit back, and I hope you enjoyed this little thing. Now, I know it might not be much, but it's just progress report, if anything. Anyways, welcome to the 4th installment of A Cold Steel World. In a world where Kornilov rules Russia, the German Republic still exists, and the Western powers still have the Treaty of Versailles against them, but the thing is, Germany barely is surviving. It's a very unstable republic. Hence, this mod concept which helped it. A good handful of portraits have been interchanged, except for Mussolini and Baldwin, who I think that is also an inaccurate leader, so I'll fix that when I come around to it, because I'm doing like on a region basis, like a country basis of updates. So like, for example, if I'm doing China, I'm doing pretty much China and the cliques that go within it. But enough of that. So, did some minor adjustments here and there. There's still the DMZ zone in the Rhineland because of the Treaty of Versailles following 1919. More states have been made in an effort to, improve the overall quality of the map, but also give the player more possibilities of construction. Everything else seems to be in order. Victory points have been added, including the ones that were originally excluded from vanilla game itself. Now, if I fire 2 specific events, the German Civil War is possible. How I know this? Well, basically, if I fire these events, and they're all chained together, by the way, via country flags, so they should work. Now, of course, when you're watching this video, and when I upload this, it might not be quite updated yet on the Steam Workshop. I'll leave a link for that too in the description, along with the server on Discord. I'm basically trying to figure out how to repair this and trying to make it, give it the realistic flow that it needs. So, for example, if Paul von Hindenburg, for starters, is assassinated, which that's the event ID it uses. That means oh shit in German, or at least I hope so. I'm sorry if I butchered it. I really tried here. Hindenburg assassinated, you got basic text, you got a picture of a funeral, and, well, that's supposed to be the Reichstag that takes over. And note, the Reichstag is not affiliated with the Nazis. Even though it probably was at one time, just because, you see, the Reichstag doesn't always mean that. It was used long before the party ever showed up. So, in case if I get, struck for this video, I want to make that disclaimer that it is strictly a government building. It is not meant as a symbol of radicalism. Okay? So, now that that's out of the way. Now that you have this, once that event fires, once Paul von Hindenburg dies, you have aligned states via dynamic modifier. Now, how I did these icons, I might actually make another video for that. I'll let you know in the community tab over on my channel. And so basically you start off with DNVP aligned state, and then if you go into the Bavarian region, as well as Weser Ems, or just Wilhelmshaven, I like to call it, or you can call it Munster, whatever you want. SA aligned. This is the group that Rom leads. Now, keep in mind, this version of, I think, National-Socialism is not like the one we knew in our timeline. Basically, it doesn't target specific groups. It's strictly made for, well, also to prevent, rehashing of same content like in vanilla, but also try to throw in a little mix here. Now, the Civil War is preventable, but you have to pick the right decisions at the beginning. I'll probably make another video about that soon. Once I finish everything up, once I polish the coding, it should be all set. Anyway, now that we have this happening, now let's say if I fire this next event, Civil War 2, which will actually ignite it. As you can clearly see, you have 3 factions now, visible on the map. So you got Romist Germany. I don't know what else to name it, so that's just a placeholder name. Same with Nationalist Germany, which is run by the DNVP. If you're not sure of what these movements were, I'd highly suggest doing a little research. But basically, these guys were more rightist, these guys were more leftist. Depending on where you stand, sometimes they could have elements of both, like especially in the SA down here. Now, of course, nothing happens. You don't change country yet. That's part of the whole coding fix that I'm working on. But this is just a test run. So, as you can clearly see, yes, it seems that you still have these states, so I might have to get rid of those as well once the Civil War triggers. And of course you have not aligned for some reason, which should actually be among the 3 groups, such as monarchist, nationalist, and fascist. But I think the main government has this. I don't know if it might go conservative or liberal, I really don't know. So that's also up to the player if you stick to Germany, by the way. Anyway, what will happen is a war will start. All 3 of these factions are going to fight each other. This DMZ will be lifted. Or, at the very least, my plan, I'll have to consult with my team further, but the plan is hopefully if we keep the DMZ in this area, if you still play as the juror tag, unlike the PRU or the BAV tag, you can actually get support from the West. But of course, you have to have certain relations with these 3 nations. Belgium, France, and the UK. Now, Luxembourg and Netherlands aren't likely to be directly involved because at this time, they're just trying to get by. But I think their independence, well, at least not right now, was guaranteed by the Western powers in World War II. So that's going to have to be an added mechanic as well. So once this whole thing happens, you have the option to get Western support. But once you get Western support, whether or not if it happens, you lose this DMZ. And once you lose the DMZ, you really have to defend this riverbank, because that's literally your last castle for democratic Germany. But don't worry, I actually plan an event where even if you lose the juror tag, you can still pick a new path. Like, you could still pick if you want to do, PRU or BAV. And you will not lose any progress in terms of what the AIs have done. Of course, once you pick one of these factions, you can't really switch. Those are the event triggers. So, yeah, I hope this little demonstration gives you a little more information on what's been going on. I know sometimes the server may seem dead, and I'm very sorry. I'm really doing all I can to repair the mod. And believe me, it's a lot of work. But don't worry, we're getting there somehow. So stay tuned for more updates. Thank you for watching the 4th Cold Steel World video, or ACSW video, on my channel, and best of luck. God of Gold is out.